Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, as I'm sitting outside and looking around my messy ass garden, I just wanted to take the time to still encourage you to plant something, to get out there and get your hands dirty, and still to start a garden, even if it's a messy garden, even if you don't know what you're doing. It's just where you're going to start, it's where you're going to learn, and you will gain so much out of it that you never expected. So, the main thing is just to get started and to get your hands in the dirt and to see how things grow and to learn so that you can become a better gardener and have bigger harvests and things that you want to achieve when you're a gardener, right? So I started gardening back in 2020. It was pretty much on a whim. I mean, as we all, I'm sure, can remember, it was a crazy time in the world. So, in the midst of everything, I just had a feeling or a calling or whatever it was to start looking into getting stuff to start my first garden. At the time, I was living in New York City, in Queens. So I've only ever grown up in apartment buildings. And we were in an apartment at the time, and all I had was a balcony. And I had never grown anything before. I figured that you could grow stuff on a balcony, and I'm assuming by that time in my life I had seen people do it, but I just never thought I'd be the one to have plants on my balcony. So yeah, it was just a calling that I had, and I went to Home Depot like pretty much right after I felt the urge to plant something and to grow something of my own. So I went to Home Depot, got the pots, got the soil, got fertilizer. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Thank God YouTube was already out. So I started watching a lot of YouTube videos, and like a lot of people that I watched at the time when I got started are people that I still watch today. I'm sure a lot of people watch them, and they were so instrumental to me learning things before I was able to grow anything of my own. It was just cool to see like their experience in different growing zones and what you're supposed to do when you first start your garden. And it was kind of like a cheat sheet, like obviously when someone's done things before you, they usually have advice or the do's and don'ts of how to do it. So it was really nice just to have that head start. And like I knew I was supposed to put, the potting mix into the containers. Like obviously that's where the soil goes. I could have figured that one out. But, little things like how to sow the seeds and how to keep things watered. There were so many tips that I learned from different YouTubers that I still implement in the garden today. And I think that was really instrumental in my learning process as a beginner gardener. And I still feel like a beginner gardener because I don't have like the full scale garden that I like want to have. It's definitely been upgraded since 2020. We have lived in Florida now for 3 years, and we live in a tiny cottage in the woods right now. So I do garden in ground. I still have my grow bags. I still have my container garden because honestly, that's one of my favorite, if not my favorite way to grow things. I have a raised bed for the first time. I created like small in-ground gardens with like logs that were cut up here. So it's definitely been an upgrade from a balcony. But if it makes any sense, it feels like I have even more to learn because the scale of the garden has gotten bigger and I have more stuff and more space. And I look at it a lot and I come out here every day. You know, I do regular garden chores, I water things. I mean, it's Florida. So at this point, it's July and I'm watering pretty much every single day. Like it's a full-time job. So I come out here, I see the garden, and a lot of times, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like I get discouraged because I'm like, oh shit, I left this thing a mess, you know, like this bed isn't filled, that food isn't growing, I'm not getting the harvest that I want. And it's easy for me to get discouraged from all the unfinished projects and like, you know, all the things that I aspire to do that I haven't done yet and I haven't gotten done. I'm not gonna lie, it is discouraging to me, but at the same time, like, I just still feel like I need to encourage you or the next person to start a garden because it's still one of the greatest learning experiences that I think you'll get in life. And it's like just a hands on experience that you won't really get anywhere else. So I just wanted to share that message and to hopefully inspire you to plant something, whether you're on a balcony or a small space, or you have, you know, room to plant outside or acreage and, you know, whatever your situation may be. Like there really is a solution to any space problem when it comes to gardening. Like we have even indoor growing systems now. Like you can grow things hydroponically, which is just in water. So there's so many ways and methods that just help you produce some kind of food for you, for your family. It's great for kids to experiment too. I was a previous preschool teacher, so we did a lot of like just putting seeds into soil so the kids can see the way things grow, and it's just a cool experience all around. Like you get to see the progress that a seed can make in a week, in 2 weeks, up till harvest. Like I'm not ashamed to say that before growing tomatoes myself, I didn't really know that the flower on the tomato plant, the flower, the little tiny yellow flowers turn into tomatoes. Like I had never seen that before. I didn't grow up gardening. I grew up in New York City, so it is just mostly concrete. Like there weren't a lot of people that I knew personally who grew anything. And the people that did, like I wasn't like close to them. Like it was maybe my mom's coworkers or something. So yeah, I wasn't exposed to the fact that fruit and veggies come from flowers. And I didn't know that until pretty much until I started growing myself. And it was an interesting revelation, I guess. I was like utterly amazed. Like I remember seeing the flowers on my tomato plant on my balcony and I was like, holy shit, like there's little like a bulb or something growing from the flower. And I looked really close and like I zoomed in. I remember with my camera to like take a picture because I didn't realize that that was gonna eventually be the tomato. I figured that, you know, that was my first guess, but it was just crazy to see. And I know that might sound silly for, you know, for any gardener to say, but I just really didn't know. And like the greatest experience was to just see it for myself and to, you know, have that hands-on experience where it's like, oh shit, like from week to week, this is how it progressed. And like I literally saw a flower form and then the fruit form, and eventually I got to harvest it. Like that, like harvest, big or small, they just matter so much to me. Like just the fact that I know I had my hands in its growth, in the production, it's just awesome. Like there's no other feeling than growing your own food and being able to feed yourself or your family with it, or in my case, my dog, because the strawberry plant right now, it's producing part of his breakfast. So, yeah, I just wanted to come on here and encourage you to grow something today. I'll do a garden area tour at some point just to show you the chaos that goes on here. There's always something to clean or to organize or like to get situated. For me at least, like I'm chaos like in so many different aspects. So it does show up in my garden, but I still want to encourage you to get out there, get your hands dirty, plant something, watch it grow, and reap what you sow. Like it's just one of the best feelings. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope this video made you laugh, helped you in some way get inspired. And I'm sending you lots of love and lots of light. Bye.